New Year's is not just a holiday and endless expenses, but also a splendid chance to make some dough. Those who don't lose their heads during the holidays can earn enough for the entire next year. So I've gathered for you the most effective ideas that are sure to make a profit at Christmas, from usual gifts to selling quite unexpected services. And at the end, I'll show you the sweetest option that requires no investment at all and can make you a fortune in the first few days of January. I'll start with the most obvious but still in-demand idea: simple gift wrapping and selling. This is the easiest and most effective way to make some extra cash without significant investment. For Christmas, we find contact lists of enterprises in our city and send out offers to assemble gifts for employees turnkey. Almost every business tries to please its employees, so someone is bound to respond. Then we discuss the details with the customer, decide on the type of gifts, and check purchase prices to make a commercial offer. For instance, we can offer a toy with candies for employees. A pound of good sweets costs about $5. A toy, another $2 to $3. And the company is ready to shell out $10 to $15. Ultimately, we buy specifically for a particular customer in the required volume, risking nothing if we've signed a contract or taken a prepayment. You can compile sample sets and take them to enterprises to increase the number of customers. It's important to understand that you can deal not only with candies but also with souvenir products, acting as a middleman and taking the headache off business leaders. This allows you to attract a diverse audience, from companies wishing to congratulate employees to kindergarten, schools, and private individuals. Potentially, such sets are of interest to almost everyone. The main thing is creative content and a possible price for you and the client. In any case, you risk nothing with this business if you don't buy in advance. This is just a New Year's golden vein, definitely worth exploiting. In November to September, even better in summer, we stock up on various garlands at wholesale markets or order them from the Celestial Empire, and before Christmas, we mark them up threefold and stuff our pockets with money. Yes, it's that simple. And even if you think the market is too saturated, remember that there's now a trend to decorate not just the Christmas tree, but the whole house. In our childhood, a family was content with one garland, but now there are 2 to 3 in every room, from classic versions to whole curtains and windows. In our childhood, a family was content with one garland, but now there are 2 to 3 in every room, from classic versions to whole curtains and windows. Plus, some want variety, buying gold or silver lights. Others want colorful ones this year. Also, some garlands break down. In short, no matter how many there are on the market, they'll be snapped up like hotcakes. Finding a supplier today is not a big deal. Just try to take care of it in advance, or you'll end up buying at retail prices. The internet offers wide opportunities, and Chinese manufacturers actively seek markets, often ignoring the size of orders. The main thing for them is sales. And what's New Year's without firecrackers, poppers, or sparklers? The idea is to buy a small batch of fireworks and sell them during the period of increased demand, especially on New Year's Eve, when the sounds of firecrackers are everywhere. This is a highly competitive niche, as everyone wants to take advantage of the increased demand. Therefore, it's important to seriously approach pricing, assortment, and sales channels. However, usually the demand for such products is so high that there is enough for everyone, and there are even leftovers. It's important to understand that most pyrotechnic products require product certification and obtaining necessary permits. Each country has its own laws, so familiarize yourself with the requirements before rushing to buy. But overall, this is a win-win niche for Christmas, even if you stick to harmless poppers and sparklers. What could be better than a breezy ride? Yahoo! If your winter allows you to see snow, then why not make some money of it? The idea is simple enough. Provide people with everything they need for winter sports and fun during the New Year's holidays, considering that many get bored after home gatherings. Ideally, you need a garage where you can organize a small warehouse. People could rent equipment for use at recreation bases or in the forest. You might say they can get all this stuff there. Yes, but many prefer to save money and take equipment for the whole family in advance and in good condition, rather than standing in long lines at recreation bases. Anyway, if you have a snowboard, skis, or skates, what are you risking? Place an ad online and then see how much demand there is in your area. And here's a bonus from me, almost a competition-free niche. Go for it. Before New Year's Eve, many strive to decorate their stores or enterprises. This may even be a mandatory condition for stores and shopping centers. You might say this is usually done by sellers. But is it profitable for businesses to pull staff off sales when there's an increased flow of people and money to be made? Many don't even realize that there's a mutually beneficial solution to this problem: hiring an outsider. For this, you don't necessarily have to be a professional designer with a higher education. Orders are mostly inexpensive, so it's enough to have a good taste and basic ideas about what decorations can be created from available materials. Good advertising will be a key element in promoting your business, as otherwise no one will know about your abilities. But by decorating one small store in a shopping center, even at a cost price, you will get a dozen orders from neighbors. It's best to start looking for clients in the fall, so you have enough time to present your services and establish contact with potential customers. Be sure to take photos of successful projects. You can show samples of your work buying small batches of materials at the stage of preliminary negotiations about the assignment. And here's another fail-safe option. At outdoor events, especially in cold weather, people's appetites become ferocious and food courts become a real savior. After all, who doesn't like to eat? One interesting trend is minivans offering hot drinks and sometimes food at such events. The food truck industry started to actively develop after 2020, when stationary business types gave way to remote ones, and food delivery franchises saw significant growth. Food trucks are convenient because they are compact, considered personal transport in paperwork, and therefore highly mobile. If you can't afford to buy a van or equip the one you have, you can try to negotiate with the city's executive body for a spot to sell coffee and hot tea. Even a small stand with a thermos can bring in a fair amount of money if you sell something tasty. A business accessible even to a school kid. And this niche is perfect for those who love to have a good time. A costumed show with Santa Claus is a classic idea for making money, maintaining its popularity for many years. Event agencies offer such services, and there are still many who wish to delight their children with magic. Additionally, orders for Father Frost also come in for corporate greetings in firms, even those without children. Ho ho ho! Adults too wouldn't mind receiving gifts at such moments. To start, you'll need a costume and an advertising channel. Social networks and a creative video demonstrating your program are perfect. It's also important to have ready-made scripts and performance skills. If you have all this, you can start. You'll definitely find a few orders. The main thing here is not to lower prices, considering the high competition in this field. It will only be tough in the first year. Satisfied customers often invite the same animators several times in a row, until the child grows up or the company gets tired of the entertainment. Artificial trees and furs represent a separate niche in the New Year's market, confidently competing with the live trees. Buyers are willing to pay big money for really good quality, as many make a purchase expecting longevity from the green beauty. Therefore, it's important to decide on a supplier in advance, preferably by feeling the product with your own hands, to ensure that the needles don't fall out and the tree itself matches the supplier's photographs. It might seem that since everyone buys trees for many years ahead, the demand here is small, but that's a misconception. Many love to refresh their trees, buying taller and fluffier ones. Moreover, there's always a renewal of the audience. Kids grow up, move out, but the New Year's traditions remain. How not to buy a Christmas tree for a new apartment? The margin on each sale can be 100 to 200% if you take care of the purchase in advance. And don't rush to sell the remaining stock for a pittance. Even if something is left, just wait for the next year. As I said, organizing New Year's matinees, corporate parties, performances featuring Santa Claus is a good way to earn money. But what if you're not up for jumping in front of kids? There's a way out. Then earn money by renting or selling costumes. After all, artists sometimes find it cheaper to rent than to buy quality image. And ordinary people sometimes want to organize a holiday for their loved ones, but are not ready to pay a bunch of money for entertainers. You can also earn not just by renting out costumes, but by organizing entire photo zones at corporate events. Merry colleagues happily try on various costumes, joking with each other and making memorable shots. A highly demanded and, most importantly, profitable entertainment. But remember, if you decide to provide costume rental services, the cost should include subsequent dry cleaning of the costume to maintain it in good condition and readiness for the next use. And the most important thing in this business, you can first find customers, for example online, and then deal with purchasing and organizing the party. If you need money and have a car, why not earn some extra cash? During the Christmas and holiday season, taxi prices significantly increase, and private car owners can consider this an opportunity to make money. Register in advance with a taxi aggregator like Yandex or Uber, and starting from December 30th, confidently hit the road. As experienced taxi drivers say, you can earn a 2-month salary in just 1 week. It's important to understand that the clientele will be quite specific. By the way, if you don't want to deal with aggregators, you can simply post ads around your neighborhood or announce on your social networks that you will be available for transportation on New Year's Eve or Christmas. Trust me, many of your acquaintances would gladly use the services of someone they trust. Pricing is up to you. Suddenly everyone became best friends. Renting out living spaces for a few days during New Year's or Christmas is a highly sought-after offer. If you have a spare apartment or even a small cottage, people will happily rent it for very good money. However, it's important to ensure that the rental price matches the quality and condition of the property. This is a significant factor. Houses are of course more preferable, especially in scenic locations. To step out on a frosty morning and see beauty. In theory, there's an opportunity to earn extra by engaging in real estate activities. For instance, helping acquaintances or other people find tenants for their holidays for a small commission. For effective client search, it's best to start at the beginning of December, though the peak demand usually occurs on the days closest to the holiday, when those who didn't plan in advance start actively looking for options, even at a higher price. But remember, renters will party hard, so always have a contract and take a deposit to cover potential damage to the property. And this idea is perfect for girls or grandmothers who want to earn some money during the holidays. But men, don't be discouraged. You can act as an agent for a commission. I'm talking about babysitting services during corporate evenings when parents stay at work and children are out of school or kindergarten, and many simply have no one to leave them with. The price for such a service is much higher than on other days. You can offer clients a real performance, dressing up as a snow maiden or Santa Claus, so the child isn't just sitting on a holiday waiting for their parents but becomes part of some New Year's story. Interesting, right? Both parents and children are delighted. You don't even have to participate directly. You can become an organizer, first finding clients and then reaching out to entertainers once you know the general price range. Start spreading ads on social networks from early December. You can also run targeted advertising by age and presence of children. Investments are minimal, but you'll clearly understand how many clients there are and how much they're willing to spend. Why did I save the dirtiest job for last, although I promised a sweet option? Well, we want to make money, and cleaning during the New Year holiday is a real gold mine. Most cleaning agencies take a holiday break, and after festive events, there's a mess and numerous dirty dishes left behind. For instance, urgent cleaning is needed in rental apartments and houses that are leased to different clients throughout the holidays. Corporate parties, various rental spaces, or simply when people want to relax, not clean up after guests. In short, the demand is incredibly high and the supply is severely limited. Therefore, organizing a small cleaning brigade for a couple of weeks can earn you half a year's worth of money. The only investment is the equipment, which you can initially buy for each object without risking anything until you find the first customer. By the way, it's best to do this through free ad boards, immediately indicating that you work on holiday dates. When you realize that orders are pouring in, expand the staff of cleaners, firmly stuffing your pockets with money. As you understand, it's up to you how you spend your holidays. You can make a lot of money or just not leave the dining table. Just don't complain later about living poorly.